Hello, hello. So I've been thinking a lot lately about the journey versus the destination. And I'm sure maybe you've thought about it, maybe you haven't, but I've been thinking about it. And when you finally come to the realization that the journey is the destination, there is no end. Like the journey is the whole point. It's the whole point of being here. It's the whole point of doing what we do, of creating, of living, no matter what it is you're working on, whether you have a short, like a goal, whether you're building a business, starting a YouTube channel, just living life from beginning to end. It's not about the destination. It's not about the end point. It's not about when you get there. It's about the journey from A to B. It's about what happens in between. It's about the experiences you have on the way to get where you're going. And I lived for a long time in the future, so to speak. Like I was always thinking, when I get there, things will be better. When I accomplish something, things will be better. When I get to do whatever it was, that I would be happy. And I realized that I was never enjoying the moment. I was never enjoying the life that I was living in the moment. And I was always living for the future. And that's kind of it's not a happy place to be, because you can't, if you don't fully enjoy what it is that you're doing in the moment, then you're never going to be happy when you get to where it is you want to go, or where it is you think you need to be, or when you accomplish something. Sure, it's great to reach your goals, but the problem is that every time you accomplish something, or you reach a goal, or achieve something that you've been wanting to achieve, there will always be another goal after that. You don't just get a goal accomplished and that's the end. You just sit there and do nothing the rest of your life. So every time you achieve something, then there's another goal or dream after that. There's another goalpost. It just keeps getting extended further and further. And you realize then that you're spending your whole life just chasing things, and you're never taking the time to really enjoy and have gratitude and be happy in the things and that you're doing in the moment, in the life that you're living in the moment, on the way to getting where you want to be. And when I kind of came to terms with that more in the last couple of years, really, I was always just chasing that next thing. I was never happy where I was, never taking the time to look around, to smell the roses. I think that maybe is where they get that expression from, to smell the roses and have gratitude for the things that were happening in my life at the moment that were amazing. And sometimes those things are bad. Sometimes you have to go through the bad times in order to understand that when their times are good, that's what you've been waiting for, that's what you want, or that's what works for you, like that's what makes you happy, because without that contrast, you can't know what feels good and what doesn't feel good. So also having the gratitude then for what it is that you have currently in your life, as opposed to what you will have if you do X, Y, or Z. I think those are the things that really make the journey worthwhile and that make it special. And that's like why we are living here on earth, is to experience the journey from birth to death. And then we can have a lot of little journeys in between, whether you're, like I said, starting a business, starting a YouTube channel, deciding that you want to make art for a living, you want to travel or do something. It's all those little things that they add up. It's like the journey, what I call it, the journey of 1,000 steps, basically, because it's all those little things that add up together to create your destination, to create the journey. The journey is the whole point of everything. There is no end point. It's just a lot of little things strung together. So I'm really encouraging everybody, if you were like me and doing that, where you're always living for that thing, when you accomplish something, then you'll be happy. I want you to start trying to think about where you are currently in the moment, like on the way to getting there, and really observe all the things in your life that make you happy, that are going well, the people that are there to support you and love you, the gratitudes for the little things that you might have. Do you have a place to live? Do you have a car to drive? Do you have food in your fridge? And even if you're going through times of struggle, like we all have times of struggle, we all go through hardships and heartbreak and disappointments. And it's incorporating those things even into the journey and appreciating those things as well, because if you don't have those bad things that happen or those uncomfortable things that happen, you won't appreciate as much when the good things do, because you have that contrast, right? To really see the difference of what feels good and what feels bad. And I mean, it can't be sunshine and rainbows all the time. Like, nobody has a life like that. There's going to be things that we have to go through that we experience in order to get where it is that we want to go on the way, the long journey. So yeah, not to discount all the struggles that we go through at the same time, but it's just, for me, like just remembering to observe and to, like I said, have gratitude for the little things that are happening in the moment, like that sunny day that comes after a week of rain and clouds, like those little things that just make you feel like, you know, you're on your way, you're doing something, you're living life, you're having experiences. And think about the people that you meet along the way. Like we always know that some people come on the journey with us for a long time, and sometimes people just pop in for a short amount of time and then they disappear. But sometimes those people that are here for the shortest amount of time bring the most, maybe the most joy or the most impact to our life of any of the people that are there for a long time. You just don't know. And I think that it's just kind of fun to sometimes sit down and just look at where you are, and then also look back at where you came from and realize what you've accomplished on your journey so far. Because sometimes you think, I will never get to where I want to be. There's so much to do. It's impossible. But then if you look back, like even a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, where were you then? And how much have you accomplished from then until now? And when you see, like, when you take all those little steps in between, that they really add up, and you think, oh, I'm never going to be where it is that I want to be. But every day, if you just keep doing those little things, then you can look back again 1 year from now and look back and see where you were before, appreciate where you were before, and then appreciate how it is that you got to where you are now. And I wrote something the other day, and I'm going to read it because I can't remember exactly what it was, but this is what I try to remind myself all the time, is that I'm here to push myself to grow. I'm here to create possibilities. I'm here to provide value to others. I'm here to document my journey so I have something to look back on. I'm here to have fun, play, and explore. And I'm here to inspire as many people as possible. So that was just something that I wrote when I was thinking about my journey here on YouTube and why I'm here and what I'm doing. You know, just thinking about my overall experience, and it's like my why of why I'm doing YouTube and why I'm documenting and why do I take the time to make videos and film things when I have a million other things that I'm also doing because I'm choosing to. And why am I choosing to? Because it's those things that mean a lot to me on my journey of what it is that I'm doing. And this YouTube journey is just part of my bigger overall journey of becoming a full-time artist, of taking control of my life, becoming self-employed, of building a life of doing things that I love doing every day. It's all those little journeys bundled up into one long journey. I mean, what more could you ask for? That's what it's all about. Like, taking the time to really find gratitude for all those little moments along the way, and just, you know, taking a step back and just remembering that it's not about the end goal. It's about how you get there. And it's about the person you are on your way to get there. It's like, are you doing things for the right reasons to get where you want to be? Because if you aren't doing things for the right reasons on that journey to get to that end goal, when you get there, you might not feel so good about it, because maybe you either didn't have the right reasons for doing it, or you didn't do the right things to get there. Like, maybe you did something that you weren't proud of to get there, or you did it for reasons that you didn't think were the right reasons to do what you want to do, if that makes sense. But you have to remember that once you get there, you have to live with yourself and all the things you did to get where it is that you want to be. So make sure that you're always keeping your integrity, and that you, I don't even know why I'm saying that, but that's weird. I lost my train of thought. But anyways, I had to finally stop, like, waiting for the day, waiting for the time that, if I do this, it will make me happy. And just really enjoying the process on the way. So, and I always wanted to remind people too, like if they have goals and they're working towards something, and you feel like you've done so much but nothing's happening, like you've just become stagnant, you don't see any growth, you don't feel like you're making any headway towards your goals. I think it's Seth Godin that has that book called The Dip, and I haven't read it, but I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and it kind of resonates with me because sometimes I feel like maybe I'm in a dip, but then maybe it's always like that. I don't know. But it's like you're doing so much, and then you kind of feel like you're stuck, and then sometimes you get to a point where you're like, it's not working. Should I give up? Like, am I putting in all this effort and nothing's happening? And you just feel like you start to wonder, it is like why you're doing what you're doing, why you're putting in all the time and effort sometimes. And it's just at that point, like when you're doing all this work and things are happening, and then suddenly you get into that dip and you feel stuck where there's nothing happening. But that's when you have to keep going the most, because it's in that dip. Whereas if you persevere, that's where things could suddenly take off up to, where it is that you want to be, and that you find finally achieve all the things that you've been working towards. If you just hang in there, if you just know that, like, part of that whole journey and to get to that destination that you're always working towards is not to give up on what you're doing, to just keep going and keep going, but also to make sure you're doing things that you enjoy and that are fun. Because if you're pushing yourself to do things, to accomplish things that you don't enjoy in order to get where you want to be, is that even where you want to be? Because it should be easy. It should flow. Like, the stuff that you do should be enjoyable. Even if it's hard, it can still be hard and it can still be uncomfortable, but there's still that thrill of kind of doing things that seem uncomfortable or hard or difficult, that you can get through, that you can teach yourself, that you can, take chances and do things, that you can learn new things, that you can push yourself to get out of your comfort zone and to take those little steps in your journey towards your goals. And it's those things that really, like, push you to grow. And when you give up, you could be giving up just before everything takes off for you. You could be giving up just before everything is about to, like, open up and skyrocket and just fall into place. So you have to keep going as long as it's feeling good. If you get to a point where you're like, I hate this, I hate that I have to do this every day, I hate how I feel when I'm doing it, then you should not be doing it. That's a good sign for you to maybe turn around and look for something else that's going to make you happy, or that it's going to, make you feel good as you are pursuing it or developing it or growing with something else. So I really suggest that, make sure you give yourself time when you find yourself in a place where you feel like nothing's working anymore, or you feel like you're never going to get to where you want to be. You just have to keep going, hang in there, give it more time, and then you will see that, you could just be right before the good things happen is when a lot of people do give up. But that makes me sad, because a lot of people could be successful in the things that they're pursuing, but they just don't give it enough time. They give up when it's hard instead of pushing through. And I just want everyone to kind of keep going and hang in there, and like I said, enjoy that part of the journey as well, even when it dips down, even when it doesn't feel so good. Just keep going, knowing that it will come back up again, and you will find that success, and you will kind of get into the groove, and you will grow, and you will succeed and achieve those things that you've been wanting to do. Because If you didn't have those dreams and ideas inside of you, then they weren't for you. If you have them, they're for you for a reason. Like, you don't get other people's dreams and ideas. You just get the ones that are meant for you, that you can handle, that you can carry out. So, don't give up on the dreams that are inside of you. And the other thing I was thinking about is that you can't compare yourself to other people's journeys, like, as when I look at YouTube as an example, like, I look at the number of views I get on my videos and compared to some people that get like millions of views on their videos, and I can't be down on myself for, if I get 300 or 400 views on a video, I shouldn't be making myself feel bad about it because I'm not getting hundreds or thousands or millions of views like other YouTubers are getting, because you know what, this is my journey. This is the journey that I'm supposed to be on, and they're on a journey that they're supposed to be on. And also, when I think about it, like, if I get 300 or 400 views, that's not nothing. I mean, for 300 or 400, I don't know if I know 300 or 400 people in person in my life, but if 300 or 400 people are seeing my videos of things that I've done and are enjoying what I'm putting out there, and even if only 10% of that, maybe 30 or 40 people watch my videos and are inspired, or it makes their day in some way, or they're like affected by my video in some way. Like, I don't know 30 or 40 people in my real life that I can, help make their life better in any way just by putting out a video. That's crazy to think about. It's still a lot of people. It's a lot of different people in this world, and it might not be 1 million views or 100,000 views or even 1,000 views. If it's just a couple, like, you're still making a difference in the world. And I have to remember, like, my few views that I get, I don't care if I would rather have 1,000 people watching my videos and really resonating with them and being inspired by them or learning something from them and it helping their day in some way. I'd rather have those just 1,000 people that really, that I can really help or inspire than 100,000 people who subscribe but then never watch what I'm doing or don't care about what it is I'm doing. It doesn't make sense. Like, I would rather just have a few, what do they call it, 1,000 true fans or raving fans, something like that. I'd rather have a few people that I can really help than a whole bunch of people that don't really care watching my videos. But that being said, like I said, that this is my journey. Like, the journey of who I'm helping and how many people I'm helping is my journey. And someone else that's getting 1 million views on their videos, that's their journey to experience. And I can't compare myself to what they're doing. I can't think, well, I don't get that many views, so I must be bad at what I'm doing, or I must not have anything important to say, or I suck at making YouTube videos. I can't think about it like that. I have to remember that even a few views is an accomplishment, is still putting myself out there. It's still helping people. It's, if anything, just documenting the journey that I'm on. And if I want to look back at it to see how I've grown and what I've done and what I've accomplished, then that's still a success to me. And I can't diminish what I'm doing just because someone else is getting, thousands or millions of views on what it is that they're doing, because that's their journey. And I'm not on their journey, I'm on my journey. And I don't know, like, maybe a couple of years from now, I will have 1 million views. Who knows? I mean, it's all possible. It's all possible, right? So hit that like button. Maybe more people will see my videos. You never know. But anyway, I just popped in today. It was something that was on my mind to just talk about the whole journey versus the destination, and just to remind everybody to, enjoy the journey, enjoy your time getting to where it is that you want to go, what you want to do, who you want to be, and just be grateful for all of the experiences that you have along the way, because those are the things where you look back on and be like so glad that you experienced them. And yeah, I'm just cheering everybody on your journeys and whatever it is that you're working towards. And that was my rant for the day. So I hope that helped a little bit. Until next time, we'll see you guys later. Take care.